World Wide Web? Is there a way to put this on just the American part? Oh, greetings! Today, I, Sam, the American Eagle, am here to offer you something never before seen on the internet. Culture, morality, and patriotism.
Class, Dr. Palmer here. This is day 2 of the Teach American History grant, and we are off to Jamestown, and the weather's nice, and we'll see what's going to happen.
Anything else I've got?
Jamestown, Virginia. Where in 1607, England set up its first permanent colony in the Americas. And Jamestown's interesting because it is the beginning of the English colonial period in America, but it's also the end, because with the end of the Revolutionary War happened in this area. So very interesting. So come on and we'll go have a look around Jamestown. Okay, this is the, what you see behind me is 22.5 acre property that has the original Jamestown and the 17th century church you see behind me here. So we're going to be taking a tour of this, and it's going to be guided, so we'll be checking that out. Having fun? So we're walking through this is the original fort of Jamestown. Let's get a real commanding view of the river here. And this is the 1607 grave site that the ranger was referring to. This is also called Fort Pocahontas during the Civil War, and it was one of 5 Civil War forts constructed on Jamestown during the Civil War. Here we have archaeological dig going on. Hi. Found anything today?
Not so much. We're working through. We just finished taking out. You see this bulk over there? We have one over here, so we just finished taking that out. We haven't gotten too much. Show you.
These are for students in high school.
This is for students in high school? Cool.
Yeah.
Well, this is a pipe stem.
Wow, cool.
That was brought over here. You can tell that because it's white. If it's white clay, it was brought over here with the colonists on the ships. If it were red, it would be made here.
Right.
And then this is a piece of copper scrap.
Wow.
And so what was scrapped to the colonists was trade goods for the Indians. And so they really highly valued this. The Indians would melt it down and then create jewelry out of it and continue to trade with it with other tribes.
Right.
So
Excellent.
these are kind of the most interesting things we found today.
That's just today.
This is just today.
That's
We
cool.
find things probably every 10 minutes, at least one.
No
artifact.
kidding.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, lots of lead shot, like metal bullets. Lots of pipe stem, copper things, lots of iron nails or iron chunks that we will decide what they are in the lab. And yeah, so all these artifacts get found here, and then they get taken to the lab, and then the conservationists there will conserve it as is appropriate, depending on the metal or the material type.
That's great.
They'll be labeled and they'll be cataloged.
Yeah, what's the southern piece you were talking about?
This is a part of a pipe stem, so tobacco pipe, and this was brought over here, imported probably from England with the colonists because it's white. Now, if it were like tan reddish, then you know it was made here based on the clay. And this is just scrap metal, copper alloy scrap metal. So
So if we have students who are interested in doing what you're doing, what's your background?
My background, I just graduated from St. Olaf College with history and English double majors, and lots of people here are anthropology or history majors. There's not a lot of archaeology majors, but archaeology falls underneath anthropology, and really anyone can do this field school or field schools across the nation. They ask for a resume, transcript, cover letter. That's about it. Beyond that, you just have to have an interest in material culture. They accept anyone who's graduated from high school, so any age. If you are really interested in it, you can come here and ask people as well how to be a part of it.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
It's a great way to spend the summer.
It is. It's really a great way.
Well, thanks so much for sharing.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. So see, it's really not big at all. Very small space when you think about how many people are going to live here. So probably not a lot of privacy, probably not a lot of creature comforts. Very basically. Here we have a scale model of the James Fort, 1607-1611, based on archaeological remains, historical accounts. This is the storehouse and first well. This is at the center of the James Fort here, and archaeologists found remains of a storehouse and the fort's first well. Rectangular pattern of a large structural post holes marked the storehouse site and indicated that it was a substantial building. Sometime before 1611, the well and cellar were abandoned and then backfilled with rubbish. And so that makes it, like you said, that makes this a treasure house of artifacts for them. Looks like they found something interesting here. Carefully take that out. So they don't have necessarily always sophisticated tools. It just has a stick there and it's kind of digging it up. Just unearthed. Now that was used for trade, right, or just decoration?
Yeah, he just said the carnelian beads come from India.
Wow.
So, and yes, they did trade beads with the Indians for food and other things like that. It was things the Indians didn't have.
What's that?
Cats looking.
That's beautiful.
Like two different things? Like crucible things? These things. Oh my god. It's been there, we just...
Right now, this is that, just dug up just now. First time it's seen the light of day in 300 years.
I don't know if that's...
Not that long ago it showed up. When it was done,
Probably
I don't
rerun.
know. Probably rerun.
Yeah,
I don't know when it was done.
I just, yeah.
I don't know when that was And done. it was when they were bringing the habit up out of the well.
It's still in that though. It's still that really dark layer.
This seems like it's like jet. Like carnelian beads are a little bit more...
More red.
Translucent. I can kind of see...
That's the highlight of her day.
That's crazy.
I see a lot of young people.
Yeah, why don't you
Give
get your
another shot
camera,
at
Christina?
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, that's.
I can get real close after this. I kind of wonder about... I kind of wonder about Catholicism when I see stuff like this too.
Oh, you think it might be a rosary?
Maybe. I mean, that's crazy. That's really fancy.
That is beautiful. Now the layer they found that on, she mentioned it was a dark layer. Do you know about how old that is?
This whole cellar is from top to bottom looks to be filled in 1610. And the reason for that is because it's got the butchered horse bones in it, which they ate all their horses in the winter of 1609, 1610. And then in June 1610, the new governor, Lord Delaware, orders the fort to be cleaned up.
Right.
So it's a good time. I mean, it seems like that's when a lot of these pits get
Correct.
filled. That could be carnelian. Where is she? She's going. But I've never seen one that's anywhere near this fancy. Yeah, this is, in fact, like June 12, 1610, Lord Delaware ordered, or is it June 11? Might be June 11. He orders his sailors to start cleaning this place up. And a lot of our cellars appear to get filled in with, the starving time things like butchered dogs, butchered horse remains.
Right.
And that might be because by 1610 they'd realize cellars don't work out so well in this climate in Virginia, so they just saw were perfect trash pits, basically.
Sure.
So.
History in the making, right there.
What is it?
Yeah, exactly. Like, where does that come from? Like, who was making beads of that quality? Like, you might be able to figure that kind of stuff out. What kind of stone is that?
Carnelian.
Yeah.
Carnelian. Got a carnelian bead when we were water screening, but it was kind of.
The red thing?
The rectangle? Oh, the bead? It's a bead. Very beautiful bead.
Did you find it in there?
Yeah, she just found it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Christina.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
This structure is called the barracks. Most buildings found at James Fort were earth-fast or post-in-the-ground construction. Main structural posts were seated directly in the ground without the use of footings. Once the building disappeared, rotted posts and post holes were left behind. Based on the telltale patterns of these post holes, it's likely that the early structures were constructed in the style known as mud and stud, which is a way that buildings which we're building was, we know that 17th century documentary sources tell us this is pretty much the way they were doing that. This particular building had a cellar and was the first major archaeological feature from the fort period to be identified on the current rediscovery project.